You're used to your seats not being sticky, huh? I don't care if that's not PC. It is an accurate description. So I found these stripes in England. I bought a Porsche. Look at my Coach Porsche seats because I'm basically like a Porsche hipster. It's okay. My wife will never watch this video to give me crap. Yes, feel the mighty power of the 944. Oh. What's up, people? Welcome back to Casey's 80s Garage and the 1983 Porsche 944. So right now I got it to a point of finished. It's not finished, but it's at a place where I can actually enjoy it and drive it. So I want to review that. Also, I've got some awesome KW coilover shocks back here we're going to go over and see what's super awesome about them. And also what's going to be horrible, a horrible project for this. Not because of the shocks, because of me. Because I'm basically like a Porsche hipster. Not a Porsche hipster, but a 944 hipster, because I don't like air-cooled 911 snobs, which makes me more of a hipster. So let's move on from that. So today we've got the ceramic coating I'm going to show you. We've got all the vinyl, the Martini and Rossi stripes, which originally were an addition for 924s, which I'm not in 924s because they don't have the fender flares. They look like the prepubescent little sister of the hot older sister, which is the 944. I don't care if that's not PC. It is an accurate description. So they're originally for 924 that would be white, but a 924 has these really kind of ugly round reflectors right here and would be cut out. So I found these stripes in England and they were made specifically for a 944, so I'm happy about that. Also, in my super water-cooled Porsche 944 hipsterness, I had to have a white one with white Fuchs wheels. They're also 15-inch. So I have lots of sidewall deflection, as a proper hipster that likes older cars would do. So I've also ceramic coat these. Also, they're getting a little skunky though because we put them back on. And I put on some boomer discs that you would see to keep the brake dust off because German cars love making brake discs. And yes, I know I can get new brake pads, but the pads on this are perfectly good, so we're going with it right now. So new tires, that's gonna be great. And we're gonna pair the shocks to it soon. So you also gotta see the Pasha seats, but let's go check out the shocks right now. So these are from KW Suspension. It's a German company, very nice, and they're super recognizable from the purple and yellow of the kit here. These are the V3s, if I am not mistaken. Yes, the Inox V3 Porsche 944. Two-way adjustable on the dampening, rebound, and compression. These were basically the best thing I could get, and you can come check it out, for a street 944. And I'm really excited because here's the truth about shocks out there in the tuner world now. There are a lot of junk shocks out there, okay? You do get what you pay for. And these are freaking amazing. You can see the different rates of springs here. And obviously fully threaded body so you can adjust and get the corner weight. And then you, of course, got your dampening adjustment. This is for the rear. Now in a 944, a lot of you know, the rear springs are in fact torsion bar springs, which are in the pivot point of the trailing arm. So I will have to drop the subframe, get that down, get the torsion springs out there because it's getting converted over to coil springs. The torsion springs works fine and you can index them. They work great in lots of things, going way back when to 1930s Auto Union Streamliner Grand Prix cars, which basically was a precursor to way back when they were racing Volkswagen front ends. And if you don't believe me, look at the sandrail. It also has torsion bar springs, but I digress. So this is getting, the 944 is going to get converted over to coilovers such as this. It's a little easier to corner weight and it's tried and true. Everybody uses on the planet. So it kind of brings it up to being better in utility and also dialing it in. So the spring rates are, and the dampening for these are dialed in for being a sport street. So light duty track car, really nice on the street, etc. Now the front shocks on the 944 are McPherson. So you got the hard mounting point up here at the shock tower, and then this mounts to the upright, or spindle as some people call it, on the front of the 944. So when you turn the wheel, this will actually turn with the wheels and it goes up and down. So it does not have an upper A-arm, as in like a dual wishbone suspension or whatever people call it, but McPherson actually constrains the wheel from going in and out like this up at the top. So that's something we got to do. Now, here's the problem. KW does not make off-the-shelf coilovers for an early 944. This is a 1983 944. And if I'm not mistaken, 1986-ish was the cutoff when they upgraded the suspension on this. And so mounting points and things changed. So I'm going to have to, now a lot of 944 geeks like, Casey, it's not that hard. You could just like modernize it and get new suspension from another car and all. Okay, that's too much work and I don't want all the crap. So I believe through my scrappiness, I'm going to be able to modify the car and or the shocks just a little bit to be able to fit more modern shock conditions for the 944, but obviously use these awesome KWs. So that's going to be a project coming up. It's kind of a bigger project because that's going to require a lot of effort. But I'm excited about that. But I want to get this thing out in the road, so I want to check out or show you guys the Pasha interior. Yes. So if you guys know, Pasha, this psychedelic black and white checkerboard fabric, is in fact a Porsche factory option on a lot of cars. If I'm not mistaken, 911s of the late 70s, 928s, 924s. I'm not sure if 944s ever actually had this as an option, but I went with it because I had material left over from the 928 I did, and it just looked like $1 million. I know that back in the 70s, especially the corporate people probably buying Porsches back then, oh, that's too much. Ugh. But nowadays it's really cool. Nobody has it. The other problem is the original fabric, if it gets in the sun, just completely degrades and goes to pot. So I did these. This was, it took me forever to get back. And the thing that's nice about going to fabric in a car like this, if you dig the pattern, is it'll feel cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter, and also gives you a little more grip when you're driving around. These are not the Porsche sport seats. These are kind of just were the run-of-the-mill seats, so they don't have really great side bolstering. But when the guy redid the foam, it got a little bit better. But the other downside to redoing, so I actually sit slightly higher than I'm accustomed to, which is annoying and I'm gonna have to get used to. The short shift kit in, I've got the 944 online, I think that's the company, where I got the shifter. It gets rid of all the slop, so it makes it just amazing. And then it's got that metal rod that goes back to the transmission. So 944s have one of the best feeling shifters there is. So it's also got the short shift. I did the Momo Prototipo wheel. Of course, with the hub here and a little bit of a spacer to get it out more. And the enjoyment of Momo Prototipo is that you get to spend money to make half of your gauges unreadable because it's slightly smaller. So what I'd really like to do in the future, perhaps when we do the coilovers, is move the tachometer to the center where it should be, and then put the speedometer over here, because the part of the speedometer I'll be able to see if it's on the right is from like 0 to 60. So if I can see the speedometer, I'm probably not breaking the speed limit. And if I can't, then I should be focusing on the tach and other things, right? So one other note about it, I'm gonna keep the Blaupunk radio, and it sounds great. And a viewer of my channel was really nice and sent me some cassette tapes, which I'm gonna have to get an organizer for. That's really terrible. But I wanted to show you guys, this was the original Porsche fabric. It was the jacquard, the Porsche script, which I think is dumb, personally. I think that's like women buying Louis Vuitton bags and Coach bags, or even worse, getting fake ones, just because I want everybody to know the brand that I bought. I don't care about craftsmanship. It's a Coach bag. I bought a Porsche. Look at my Coach Porsche seats. Stupid. So I went with the psychedelic ones. Yes! Which, the problem with this, I will tell you, is when you take it to an upholstery person, it makes them go mad because you can only stare at it for so long before you have to quit, or it makes them crazy. So every time you get a Porsche reupholstered in Pasha, you have to find a new upholsterer because this will make them insane. So I got some more things I want to show you, and then we got to start the exhaust up. So you guys got to hear that. In the next video, I'm gonna do some driving tips. I wanna get this out. We're having basically blizzard conditions up here and an insane amount of snow. And 944s with effectively 50-50 weight distribution, that's a positive starting point for driving in the snow. That doesn't make them magical at snow. Tires are kind of everything, but we're gonna get it out. So have a look, mostly just clean this up. I've got my Rally Light driving pod, which I may make for the future. Let's go take a peek at that real quick. Now, in doing this, I don't want to just drill holes in the front of this, so I'm thinking I'm going to get the bumper touched up because it's a little haggard. This car's got a better 150,000 miles on it. And this would go here. So this is going to need a little bit of work to the fiberglass. I'm going to have to strengthen it. You can see where it's gotten a little beat up on the gel coat and whatnot. And then I'd like to finish this to be white as well, and then find the right lights for it. So this will be another future project coming up on the 944. And I want to show you the engine, and then let's start it up. So frankly, I haven't done much to this car at all. I just checked the belt, changed the oil. That's literally it. The car was pretty good. If you look at the service history on this car, idiots broke the timing belt on like 2 or 3 times in its life. And the whole motor was rebuilt, I think about 20,000 miles ago, which is good. However, I have noticed an odd sound, and I can't put my finger on it, is if it's really, 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 really cold, when you start it up, I can hear like a mechanical sort of clacking sound that sounds like valve train speed, but it's not lifters or valve train. And then it goes away once it gets a little temperature in it. It does not sound like any rods, mains, or you know, the cam. Plus those things usually get louder when it gets warmer, when the oil pressure goes down and things heat up. So it's kind of odd that way. The other thing is there's a little vibration that occurs right about 4,000 RPM, kind of funny. So what I will be doing to this here shortly is I'm gonna pop all the timing belt covers and such, and just to make sure the timing is right on the balance shafts, and see if there's anything weird going on there. It might just be the car's older, funky mounts and such, but if any of you got 944s and you've heard a weird noise or a funny tiny little vibration about 4,100 RPMs, let me know, because it's kind of weird, and you know, we can all learn together here. So there's that, and that's going pretty darn well. So let's fire this thing up. All right, so you guys, I got the mic on my lapel, so we'll start in here, and then I want to hop out, and then Doug can jump in the car, give it a little rev. Now, I do have to say this for everybody who doesn't get this, which is probably thousands of people that will see this. It's not good to rev your car when it's cold. If people jump in a car and rev it up when it's cold, especially people in exotic cars, they are morons that know nothing about cars. Don't do that, okay? When a car heats up, the passageways of the clearances of journals and bearings, surfaces, and everything will slightly grow, and your oil will also get hotter and get slightly thinner, and it can flow better. If you go revving a car when it's cold, depending on how tight it's built or where it is, you know, one, you can hurt the bearings. You can, if you don't have enough oil up in the cam, the cam and the lifters and things, you can hurt them. And also there's things like oil pressure, belt tensioners and things like that. So if you rev something up with way too much oil pressure, you can break and bend things. So we're gonna be a little bit nice. Come on, baby, you can do it. Oh, it's been sitting too long. Oh, yes. There's people laughing at me now. Okay, we'll jump it. Yes, 944s are amazing. Oh man. Okay. Maybe I should make sure it's got a full charge before I put it outside in the cold and have to rely on it. Yes. It's okay. My wife will never watch this video to give me crap. There's a lot of laughing going on back here. Do I even have jumper cables? The best mechanics don't have jumper cables. You have jumper cables?
In my car, yeah, I can grab it.
But oh, can you?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be helpful. Thanks, man. Well, all right. I think I got a battery over here. It might have a charge. Yeah. Hooray. Yeah, this is riveting, isn't it? Aaron brought me jumper cables. Boom! Because he drives a Subaru. Is that why, Aaron? Oh, apparently just, oh. Your Ford had a bad battery? A Ford Focus, okay. All right, good to know. So you need jumper cables if you're an eccentric YouTuber with an old Porsche that you don't start often enough, or if you drive a Ford Focus, apparently. So do you just keep your jumper cables now to rescue goobers so you look like a boss? Nice. Also, look at Aaron. Wait, go back to where you were. Come here. How many of you have ever seen the movie Young Frankenstein with Mel Brooks? Dude, you look like Igor yelling. Can you sing the song, Ain't Got No Body? No, you can't do that. I thought it was funny, okay. We just like, you're like lurking in a junk pile over there. Okay. Yes, feel the mighty power of the 944. Jacob's like, it's not gonna start. Look at him, he's waiting over there. I see you lurking. Everybody's lurking, making fun of me. Yes, take that. Yeah, it's got oil pressure, that's good. Giddy up. All right. I did open 2 windows, so we're golden. Sounds pretty good. Sounds kind of a blip, maybe. Just turn it off and we'll do a restart. You're used to your seats not being sticky, huh? Well, he's never had Pasha. He's gonna start this up to hear what it sounds like. Hold, yes. Yeah, win. What the? Oh, he did. What did he disconnect the battery for? Oh, come on. Oh, you did it? Who, you did it?
I did it.
Why are you trying to, the boomer's trying to sabotage our video. Are you being helpful or hurtful?
I was trying to
What
be
is
helpful.
this? Is this a, you were being helpful. Yes, yes, okay. Well done. Squish them in there. All right, yes. Watch this. It works way better with electrical juice. Do a thing. Why is this happening? Okay, let me go take a peek. In fact, yes, here, just in case you can't see. Hold on. What do you mean now we got juice?
I just wiggled.
Oh, he wiggled it. Hold on, let me look at this camera. Oh, this is riveting YouTube content. Everybody is so excited. Okay, again, I totally edit all that stuff. No, and 944s are the most reliable car ever. Yes. Are you pushing in the clutch? Hold on, let me take a peek. What on earth happened? Ooh, you gotta dig them into the terminals. Here we go. Fire away. Yes. Son of a bitch, really? It's production quality, okay? I'm trying to make a video. Son of a bitch. How about we come back for a part 2? Yeah, you should totally get a 944. They are awesome. I will see you guys next time. We will listen to this, and we will go drive it in the snow. Yes! You guys should subscribe too. This channel's insane. Cool thing happening right now at the Packard American Motor Company. They're debuting their very first watch. This is the 1899 Model A. It's a mechanical automatic movement with a beautiful stainless steel case. All the parts are made in Switzerland and it's assembled right here in the United States. If you happen to have a Packard, you can get your serial number engraved right on it, but you guys need to go to packardamerica.us. This particular watch is mine. I'm looking very forward to wearing it more. It's frankly very comfortable and one of the best watches I've ever had. But this one's mine, not yours. You can't have it. Get your own. packardamerica.us.